Yeah, Dave, just what do you think of Heston's today and the weekend?
It was pretty good, wasn't it? I mean, that's pretty good stuff. The guy hits 4 homers and probably has double-digit RBIs, and they didn't want to pitch to him, um, but he hit a ball, 2 balls against the wind today, got out of the park, and really wasn't a hitter's weekend wind-wise. As far as the way the park played, most balls were getting knocked down, but he's just a good hitter. I mean, he hits the ball all over the field, and I thought he had a great weekend for us. I mean, uh, he broke open a couple of games that at the time were fairly tight.
We were kind of joking about he bunted or bunted foul with was it? I assume he was doing that on his own, or what'd you think of that?
Yeah, he did it on his own. The crazy thing about it is he's the best bunter on the team. He can really bunt, and whether it's sack or bump for a hit, he had probably 5 bunt base hit last year. A lot of times when the teams play the shift on him, and they weren't shifted far enough for him to bunt, probably. But a lot of times they'll have the third baseman playing where the shortstop is and the shortstop behind second, and he'll just push a bunt down there. There were 2 on and no outs, and I appreciated him thinking about the team and not hitting a 3-run homer. I mean, he was just trying to advance some runners. He kind of ran away from the ball a little quick. Usually he just bunts because it's pretty easy. But yeah, he did that one on his own with my permission. If he wants to do it, I'm good with it.
How'd you feel Webb did as far as his first 3 games here?
He did a really nice job. Obviously, he scored some runs for us. Again, he scored 3 today, and he got a couple more hits. That's what we want him to do, is just get on base. He took some of his at bats deep into counts where he saw 6, 7, 8, 9 pitches. I thought he did a super job. And you look at Franklin, they kind of mirrored each other, really. They both hit a home run. They both scored a lot of runs and got on base and, let the middle of the order drive him in. And that's a good recipe for scoring runs.
Your pitching today, just in general, how'd you feel?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought Adams' first inning was great. He came out and he was pumped up, and he threw hard, threw strikes, got through the inning, on a few pitches. And then, he got a little bit wild, which he hadn't been wild this year too much for us. And, they got on him a little bit. They've got a few veteran players over there that were looking for that fastball. And when he couldn't land the breaking ball, they were just sitting on that 92, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And pretty good outing. And then Ramage came out, looked like he was going to get after it, and then he kind of faded out a little bit. We wanted to get him 2 innings today. He possibly could start this weekend or this week. And you look at Monk. Monk comes out first inning, and he looks great. Second inning, not so good. And Burton throws 8 balls in a row, and then he threw the ball great. Some guys just need to get off to a better start, and then Trust there in the 9th inning. I mean, that was some really good stuff. Everything was knee high and in the mid 90s, and he didn't even throw. He threw, I think, one breaking ball maybe, and didn't throw his changeup. So that was good to see. But overall, in the weekend, I thought we pitched pretty good. I think it'll get better.
Hey Dave, Heston's obviously a great player, so it's not a surprise when he gets some hits. But how good is it to see a guy get off to this kind of start?
Yeah, it's good to see it. I've made the comment, he hasn't stopped hitting since he walked back on campus for his junior year. I mean, he hit all fall. He hit everybody we had, and he's taking more pitches. He's being a little more patient, not going after balls in the dirt as much. He's not pressing, and he just starting. All the at bats are adding up. He's really developing as a hitter. He's learning, and he's going to be a tough out this year.
I think all his hits today were on first pitches, so I assume they must have been pretty good strikes. What'd you think of that? Were you surprised they kept throwing him first pitch strikes like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I know a couple of them were. I didn't know if one of them was maybe on the second pitch, but I don't think they really wanted to pitch to him at all, to be honest with you. I don't think when he hit the ball off the center field wall with a runner at second and third, I think, and first base was open, but there were no outs. So then you get to face the 4-hole hitter with no outs and the bases loaded. So I guess they just said, hey, throw a fastball, maybe he'll pop it up or something, and or let's just get this over with. And he hammered it. I mean, that ball was hit extremely hard to center field.
During Friday's game on the broadcast, Bubba Carpenter said that he thought Kerstad could play in a major league lineup right now.
Pretty
what do you think about
close. I think pretty close. I mean, when you think about, and he had a great weekend, but when we play on the weekends and we're facing SEC competition, we're going to see double and triple A and guys in the big leagues the whole weekend that are going to play in double A, triple A in the big leagues. Their Friday night guy is a Friday, Saturday guy in our league. I mean, that guy could pitch on Friday and Saturday and for anybody in this league. So, we did a pretty good job against them. He did a good job against him as well. So, it's hard to answer. I mean, that's a bold statement because those big leaguers probably would take offense to that because they had to work their way there. But he's well on his way working.
The series as a whole, you feel you got accomplished what you wanted going into Gonzaga?
Yeah, because Gonzaga is definitely going to be a step up in competition, and they played some. I don't know how it went today for them, but Friday they lost, but their game was 1-1 I think going into the 8th, and their bullpen let it slip, and they got beat like 6-1, 5-1, and then yesterday they beat Oregon State pretty good, and Oregon State's a good team this year, and so I think that this weekend we definitely got to see what we needed to see. Got the first weekend underneath our belt, and still going to try to figure out some things with our pitching. I mean, the lineup's kind of set, but saw some good things from some guys off the bench. I think Gregory came in and had, I think, 3 or 4 bats in 3 games and didn't get a hit, but I think he walked, got hit by a pitch, and lined out. So he had 3 at-bats, and he's a guy we could stick in the lineup if we need to. And just getting Robert Moore some action. He played really good defense and probably hit 3 or 4 balls hard that, if he had a little break here and there, to get a couple more hits out of it. But not really concerned about his batting average. I just wanted to play defense. The hits are going to come.
Adams did a good job of handling the pressure today, and was it good to see him limit the damage?
Yeah, I thought he handled the pressure pretty good in the first inning. I thought he came out and did a nice job. And then when he got into the bind in the 3rd inning, there's 1 out at full count. Guys fouled off a couple pitches. And, he threw a breaking ball and got a double play ball. That was a big pitch, big play for him. And, at the high school level, a lot of times that ball goes into left field or, they might get 1 out of it. He was pretty excited that we turned a double play right there. And his pitchers love that defense behind them. We played good defense all weekend. We made 2 errors, one by a pitcher that was a little out of control today, and the other one where Martin got his glove, he was going to backhand the ball, and then he tried to spin his glove around and not backhand it, and the ball got under his glove. But other than that, we played outstanding defense.
What's the rotation plan next weekend?
Don't know yet, but because we got 4 starts, probably won't be able to answer that until at least Tuesday. All right, thank you.